Okay, everybody, so welcome back to my channel. I want to discuss one topic today that not a lot of people have asked me, and I'm sure you guys have noticed from watching my videos lately, those of you all who know me personally and know me from years, it's a topic of hair. So lupus and hair. So there's two forms of lupus that I kind of want to compare and contrast. It's the discoid lupus, which is non-systemic, which does not affect any organs, and there's systemic lupus. Some people with systemic lupus do not have any organ involvement, which is great. And some people, like me, do have organ and system involvement, and that's also systemic. But I wanted to focus a little bit on the discoid lupus. Now, discoid lupus is about 10% of the lupus family. So 10% of people who have lupus actually has the discoid lupus. Now, with the discoid lupus, you guys are probably like, okay, what is that? Now, discoid lupus basically affects a person with lupus skin. So it attacks like pretty much, I guess you would say it might be systemic in a way, but it only attacks the skin, and also can really attack your hair. So like if you see people with, rashes like on their face, they can get them anywhere, their arms, their legs. They may have discoid lupus if you were unsure as which type of lupus that they do have. But pretty much a good percent of those with, systemic lupus itself suffer from symptoms of discoid lupus. And so, like I said, I wanted to talk about hair. Hair has been a big part of my life in a lot of different ways. Like I said, for those of you who know me and that watch my videos lately, you have not asked, but if you have noticed, I am losing hair. So throughout my life, I've always had like a lot of hair. Like people used to hate really doing my hair, tackling my hair, whatever. I just recently cut my hair again, which you guys have seen like the shortcut. Before that, you didn't see much of my hair because, much of my hair out. I would just do the like the two goddess braids all the time because my hands are so bad I cannot tackle doing my hair, especially that I'm natural. It's a lot of work sitting there combing that mug out and trying to put your fingers through it to braid it down, even just the two braids. So so I'm gonna go back before I knew I had lupus. It was probably about, let's say, last summer, it started in July, maybe end of June, July. So about 5 months, 6 months, let's say 6 months before I knew that I had lupus. So before then, everything was good with my hair. I was actually taking really good care of my hair. I started a journey. It was about in 2014. I started a journey where I have always been natural, but I wanted to take better care of my hair. Yes, for me, but because I wanted to grow my hair out and donate my hair to a child with cancer or someone of my choice I wanted to donate it to with cancer. A child being number one, because I also had a childhood cancer lymphoma. So I wanted to do that. So I was conditioning my hair almost every day, deep conditioning my hair at least once a week. And I did this for about a year and a half. The life got really busy. A lot of changes happened in my life, like a relationship, moving just here locally. I started a new job. I graduated from college. No, this was after I graduated from college. Yeah, so just a lot of, things going on in my life, different changes. I kind of fell off of that, but then I did start back up. So I was never wearing braids. I was doing protective styles that weren't, braids or sew-ins or, anything like this. So basically, last summer, I noticed I was in the shower one day and I was like, okay, I need to wash my hair because, summer, you want to wear your hair, nice and curly, the big twist out, braid out, whatever you want to do. So you need a fresh wash. So I was washing my hair and I just started pulling it and, by the strand, it was coming out like it was a curl. It'll just come out like this. And I was putting the hair, against the shower door, like the shower door. Because at that time I had a stand-up shower, which I wish I had now. But I was putting the hair on there. Okay, I was like, all right. Because I didn't want to go down the drain. And then I realized how much hair, because, your hair is going to shed. Your hair is going to come out. That's natural. So I realized how much hair it was. I'm looking like, this is not normal. Something is not right. So I got out the shower. I called my mom because by this time I had a new phone and I haven't been, like I said, I wasn't going to the beautician. I was taking care of my own hair myself for the last 2 years. And so I was like, Mom, I need my beautician's number. Can you please send it to me? And I was like, going crazy or whatever because I'm not scared to lose my hair because I lost my hair when I was having high dose chemotherapy infusions back when I was 15 years old. And your girl went to school bald headed because it's too hot outside to be rocking a wig or what have you. So, yeah, I went to school bald headed at 15, so I really don't care about not having hair or whatever, but I do like it. But I just felt like something was wrong with me because I had already started having worse, I guess you would say. I've always had health issues, but my health, it wasn't in a great place, but it was some things that was going on prior to last summer that, it kind of made me look back and say, okay, what's going on with your health? Like something is wrong. So I called my beautician and she was like, Miss Corinna, it's coming back out by the thread. I mean, by the by the strand, and like by the curl, it's coming out. Fully formed curl just coming out. And it was like little thin, about, this much, but a whole bunch of strands. And once I combed my hair out and everything, and I did my little style, it was still cute. But it was still a lot of hair loss, but you didn't notice, like, nobody noticed that my hair was falling out because I've always had such thick hair. So, I continued to do my thing, like, continued deep conditioning, combing out everything, still was good. So, I did notice, too, that summer, that's when I started having, 6 months before this full-fledged flare, that's when I started having real flares. So those flares, I was fatigued a lot. Like, I would stay in my room until I had to go to work, and just be in the bed, which is unlike me at all, because I like to go. So I had a lot of fatigue, that summer, and I was just, tired all the time, basically, and I was waking up. I thought it was my bed. I called my mom too. I'm like, Mom, I need to get a new mattress. What kind of mattress should I get? Because I was waking up every morning stiff. And I was just, like I said, I was just thinking it was my mattress, not knowing anything like this was going on in my body. So it happened up until the point that I moved to Tennessee. And it seemed like my hair situation seemed to kind of stop. I don't know what happened, but maybe I was in a flare. That's what I just chuck it to now. I was in a very bad flare. I was fatigued, I was waking up stiff, and I was losing hair. Okay, so, after that, after my move, about 3 months later after I moved to Tennessee, that's when I went to a big flare, went to the hospital, and started my journey with lupus and everything else that I have, the RA, misconnected tissue disease, and all that different stuff. But basically, lupus symptoms. So, one thing I want to talk about too is that, my hair, I don't have what you say bald spots yet. I don't know if I'm going to get them. And you guys are probably saying, well, wearing braids might not be the best, thing for you. I'm not, but I mean, to each his own. Like, if you choose to wear braids and your hairline is starting to kind of thin out, that's your choice. So my choice was to get braids. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so I decided to get braids because every time you have to comb your hair all the time. So every time that I comb my hair, a lot of hair was going to be coming out. So that means combing hair every day, washing hair once a week, and then having, to comb it, or washing hair every 2 weeks and then having to comb it. Like that, I probably would be bald or really thin, or really no edges, nothing. So my choice was to go ahead and get some crochet little dreads here. And yes, my edges, like I said, has already started to thin, but I felt that, that was better than nothing. Or just looking crazy, not having my hair nice, because my hair texture is starting to change. Not just because of lupus, but because medications, being on a lot of medications can change your hair. So basically, I kept this. I wanted to show you all what one wash and comb out from my hair did. You guys are going to see this and you're going to be like, no way, you shouldn't have any edges. You probably shouldn't have any hair. But this, like I said, I was natural. All of this was just from one comb out. And I'm sure it was more than that got lost in the shower because I was so frustrated. I wasn't even trying to keep up with it so I can keep it. But this right here, it's all dirty now because it's been in my purse. Not because I just want to carry it around because I'm attached to my hair, but because I took it to show my doctor. Doctors like evidence. Even though he can see that my edges is thin, he probably never really noticed that, my edges weren't thin or whatever. They're not really looking at that until you tell them. But this is from one comb out. Not from the comb out in the shower, because I didn't think about keeping it, but from the comb out after the shower. And this was happening for a few days. This is just from one wash. And it's been since December, and I've washed my hair so many times in that. It is a blessing that I still have hair from having hair loss from lupus. So that comes to show me and my doctor also that Rondi's lupus is not under control. Rondi is in a flare. Now, I do not have alopecia. I kind of want to talk about that. Alopecia, most of them start losing hair here, back. But the thing about their hair loss is that they get totally bald spots, like clumps of hair, just bald spots, and then they start to scab over and leave scarring. And then it is said that most people, their hair will never grow back in there because of the scarring, which I can understand and I can see, doctor's reason behind that. And they can try steroid injections to the scalp, which I don't care. I would never do. I would just pop on a wig if it was that deep, or walk around bald. But I would see how someone with scarring wouldn't really, even if people have a high self-esteem, it's not comfortable to walk around with scars. I don't care who you are and what type of self-esteem you are. That is just uncomfortable. So, I would see why people wear wigs. But, yeah, so most of their scarring is ear to ear and back. Kind of like midway back. And their hair just don't grow back in. So, yesterday at the vendors event for the Women's Bazaar at New Life Church that I participated in, it had an awareness table. I will link that video up top so you guys can check it out. It's really quick. some good information and a very good company that talked about that had a lot of great organic supplements, because it's hard to find pure organic supplements, and these supplements was actually raised in their own farms. But anyway, I'll talk about that another time once I try them. But anyway, I ran into this lady, and one of the ladies that I went to table before, she was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, that hair table, she had some wigs and everything. I was like, oh yeah, that hair table, I need to come back over there. What some of you don't know is when I was in college, I started a hair business. No, I do not do hair. Yes, I can do hair, but I choose not to do it on other people because I just don't want to. I used to sell hair extensions, and the business was really good. I had my hair models. I had some of my friends and family who actually sold my hair for me, and had to do absolutely nothing but basically word of mouth, hand out a card. They got hair for free to model. The hair for free was like every 4 months you get a new set of bundles of hair, and I actually paid for their first install. They have it done, and all they had to do was say, hey, I'm selling these bundles. You just order online. They didn't even have to ship it off. Nothing. I did all the work, and I also allowed them to say, hey, you get 20% of the profit of that order. Blah 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 blah. So I did have a hair business. I stopped my hair business because I started a real full-time job at Verizon, and it did not leave Verizon corporate office. And so not the store. I probably could have kept it going if I was working in the store and all that, But my job did not allow me to keep running that business. So, I did it, and I stopped, and I have been thinking about, starting that back up if possible, depending on a few things. One, depending on my health. If my health ever improves, who knows, that might be a year from now, 2 years from now. I'll definitely keep you guys updated if I decide to do that. But I had a hair business, so I love hair. So I saw wigs at her table, and even a wig that had the braids on it. But so I went over there, and I was like, yeah, I heard you had alopecia. And I'm looking at her hair like, you had what? You had severe alopecia? So she started talking to me, and she sold natural natural hair products that her and her daughter got together and made them out of actual biotin, because us as women, a lot of us as women take biotin for hair, skin, and nails. And to have that go directly on your scalp, that's great. So coconut oil, shea, just a whole bunch of natural products in it. And she was like, I had severe alopecia. They thought that I had lupus. Like I said, it's related and everything. And I'm like, well, she's talking about she ached and stuff. I'm like, ma'am, you might want to. She's like, I never finished my tests. A lot of my tests. I was like, man, you might want to do that, because you describing some of the things that I'm going through. So you might want to do that. And after our conversation, she said she would eventually. And I am keeping tabs on her, because she has a little. Right now, she just sells her hair products out of there. And then she's going, her line is actually going to launch in Walmart. And that is a big thing. It's hard to individually get your product to sell in basically any store, especially Walmart. I don't know why. I'm not going to go there. Y'all know how I feel about Walmart. But shoot, if my product can get in any store, shoot, I love Walmart. But, yeah, so she here in Alabama, she has a boutique. She's going to open up. It's already open, but she's going to add more stuff to it, like a boutique, a nail tech to do nails and feet. So we're going to be working together a little bit too. And I'm in my support and awareness group, us ladies, we might have a pamper day there. We're going to have little parties there, hair parties, little get together. So I'm excited to be working with her and learn a little bit more about her story as she learns about mine. But she was ear to ear, absolutely no hair all the way across here, all the way back. she started using her products, and I actually got one of her products. I'm not gonna show it now, because I definitely want to tell you guys my experience. So I'm going to start this journey. It will be a little different because, like I said, I am on like 18 medications, including an infusion that I get monthly. So I'm not sure. It may be a little bit harder for me to see improvements, or longer for me to see improvements, like her. But I'm thinking, her issue was severe. She was straight bald, all the way back. And, it's been 2 years for her, and she had, a good amount of hair there. So basically, I'm going to be trying her product. I cannot wait. Like, I'm telling you, I cannot wait to give it a try. So I'm going to be using it mainly around these areas. When I have this type of style in, I'm going to keep these type of styles in probably for another few months. As I'm burning up in here. Yes, so another few months. So I'll be just applying to these areas, and I'm planning on getting her oil so I can put in the scalp. And one thing that people don't know, whether you have lupus or not, you have to, this is off the subject though, but I'm sure other people watch this, that don't have lupus. You have to take care of your hair no matter what style it is in, okay? So if you have these braids in or a sew-in, ma'am, you need to make sure you are cleansing your scalp. You need to make sure you are oiling your scalp and moisturizing your scalp. It is so very important because then when you take these braids out, you will look like this, You will definitely look like this. You will lose hair when you're coming out. It will shed if you had your braids in for 2 months. You're going to get more hair, but it will shed and you will be bald. And also just be careful about who does your hair. You don't want anybody like right here. Why? There's no reason why. I look on Instagram, and I'm going to go there. This is just a normal rant. I look on Instagram, and I see these people doing these little girls' braids. And their braid is literally like in a line, straight across, starting almost before their hair even start. Why is their braid starting right up here? I understand you want it to look neat. You are a beautician, and you want it to look neat or whatever, but there's no reason why that person's scalp is shriveled up like this, pulling, and their forehead looking like that. That's just ridiculous. They aren't going to have any edges. So that's another tip, whether you have lupus or not. 1, take care of your hair underneath, and 2, choose the right stylist. Look on Instagram, and then just research. Come online, come on YouTube, and just, research. If the beautician tag the person, this is what I do. If a beautician tags their client, I go on their client's page to look at their hair before and look at their hair after, because you don't know what you're getting into. So if this person had edges before, and then after they got their hair done, they edges looking thinner, ain't got no edges, somebody went wrong. And if I see their braids was super tight and their forehead was shriveling up like this, I'm definitely going to say it was the beautician's fault, not the client's fault. So, that's my 2 little tips, because I do like hair. Definitely. So yeah, that's about it. Like I said, this is going to be quick. It's turned out to be like almost 30 minutes, so I can get to going once I get to going. But yeah, that's all I wanted you guys to know. That is the story behind my hair. So I'm in this video because my attorney is calling me. So yes, I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.